guys, welcome to Nerds and Matrimony. This is actually Christy. I've decided to actually talk during this video just for a number of reasons. For one, I actually found out that my computer has a screen recording software, which is a lot nicer quality than what I have been using, if you can't tell. So basically, if you have a Windows 10, it has a quote-unquote secret game recorder. But obviously you can use it for anything. Anyways, as you can kind of see here, I am working on an illustration for a book. This is for a children's book that's named after Ford, which is a tractor. Right here, for this particular part, I'm actually just drawing a third of the page, and it's just a really cute little quickie that's going to be in the corner. But this is Sherman, the farmer, who's actually taking Ford, and you'll probably end up seeing more of him later if I record more of these videos. And if not, I'll share it in a vlog whenever I get the actual book itself. But he's noticing Squirrel and Mouse, who have just been kind of hanging around Ford, the tractor, for forever and a half. And it's just a quick little, here you go. Animals, happy men, happy old men, and kids. It works. So, this is actually not my first children's book that I've illustrated, but I think that it's probably my most successful. I'm not done. I've got about a third of the way to go until I'm finished. But I'm actually turning out to be really proud of this, and it's really brought me out of my comfort zone, mainly because I don't like to draw mechanics. And considering the fact that this is a story about a tractor, you can kind of guess where this is all going from here. But I've done really well, I think, and I've really kind of pushed myself to do better than I normally would, especially because this is a book for a friend. But it's actually been my dream to be a children's author since I was really little. When I was 5, I would write and draw, illustrate books all the time. I think I actually made a book about reindeer. And I told everybody about how they're not just Santa's helpers, they're actually real animals, and this is everything that you can learn about them, and this is where they live and what they eat. And I'm pretty sure if I looked, I can probably still find it. But I basically did that kind of thing a lot. Obviously, I have kind of grown up since then, as you can see here. But it's just, it's a nice fulfillment. I feel like I'm just kind of, one of my childhood dreams is coming true. So, a lot of what my live streams are going to be for a while. Most of them may end up being children's books. So I've got another one that I've got to work on soon too, but I'm trying to catch up with this one first, simply because he's paying me and he got to me first. So it's good to start. Well, it's good to start, yes, but it's good to finish what you started. So right here, I'm actually inking all the pieces. I'm trying to make sure that there are no little leftovers. All the lines are nice consistency. There's no white space. There's no way for color to leak through, and that just kind of makes coloring a lot easier whenever you get to that point. I'm not going to put in all the details on this one, simply because I ran out of time and it's late and I'm tired. I can only handle so much at one time. But it's good to always go back and make sure that your work is what it should be, the quality, and then it's better than going back later on and seeing, I really wish I had finished that, or I really wish that I had fixed this instead. So it's good to be double checking and triple checking and just kind of adjusting as you go. And there's even some parts on here that I'll probably end up going back and fixing before I send it off, simply because I'm not too happy with it, but I am also on a time crunch, so there's that. I actually started off drawing animals before people for the longest time. I would not draw people. I was really into a book series called the Redwall series, if you've heard of that. And I drew the characters all the time, and that was just what I did. And I mean, it's been a while since I've gotten back into that. And I've mostly just drawn people and caricatures and cartoons now, but it's nice to go back to your roots every once in a while. So, Squirrel and Mouse, although they're not a huge part of the story, they're kind of hold a little special piece to my heart, just because it's a callback to my early stages of art. Oh, and here, this is where I realized that one of the earlier pages that I had finished, I had not double checked like I should have, and you could see the background in his eyes and his mouth, and it didn't look good because people typically don't have green teeth. So I'll actually be resending that one just to make sure that it goes through nice and neat and everything kind of works out. But that's just what that was right there. Now, one really cool thing about this book is my dear friend who's been writing this is a story about his grandfather, and it's actually based off of a true story. He really did get this rusty, old, broken down tractor and fixed it up and took it home, and all his kids rode on it, and it was just a whole bunch of fun. So I think he's told me before that his grandfather was a really big influence in his life, and he really wanted to create a book about him. He wants to get into children's writing in general, so he thought that this would just be a really great way to jump into that. And I was more than happy to help him out with it. Here I'm just kind of going over really quickly with shading. I put a little bit more detail into here than I thought I was going to during this video or this recording, but I think it's fine because it's just a small bit of it and it didn't take me that long to do. I think this portion right here probably took me about 40 minutes or so to get it all done from sketching and so on. I think that's about how long it took. So that's not bad at all. And then maybe hopefully I'll be uploading more as I go. If anything, it just keeps me accountable to make sure that I'm doing it, that I'm keeping on track, and I'm not getting distracted with Facebook or my email or anything else like that. My process for drawing and coloring and all that digitally is pretty straightforward. You can kind of see what I do, but if you ever have any kind of questions about how I do certain things or what kind of programs I use, yada yada, I'm more than happy to help out. I'm an art teacher for my living. That's my day job, so I'm very used to teaching people how to draw. If there are anything that you would actually want me to draw or show off a technique of what to do or how to do certain things, just shoot me a comment or a message just asking, hey, can you do this? And I mean, if anything, I'll definitely look at it and think about it. So, alright, I think this video is actually about to wrap up here. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm hoping to do a few more commentaries as we go. Have a wonderful day, guys.